Question 1. Scenario. An analyst investigating an alert on a compromised device wants to see the exact chronological sequence of process creations, file modifications, and network connections on that device over the past 48 hours. The question is, which Microsoft Defender for Endpoint feature should the analyst use? Your options are: Option A, the device inventory list; Option B, the vulnerability management dashboard; Option C, the device timeline; Option D, the web content filtering report. Take a moment to think about your answer. The correct answer is C, the device timeline. Why C is correct? The device timeline in Defender for Endpoint provides a chronological, filterable view of all events, process, file, network, registry, on a specific device, essential for reconstructing the sequence of an attack. Why A is wrong? The device inventory list shows all managed devices and their status, not a chronological event history for one device. Why B is wrong? The vulnerability management dashboard shows software weaknesses and exposure scores, not real-time behavioral event history. Why D is wrong? Web content filtering reports show blocked website categories, not a full chronological device activity timeline. Question 2. Scenario. During live response on a compromised device, an analyst needs to collect memory dumps, running process lists, and autoruns data for forensic analysis in a single structured package. The question is, what should the analyst do? Your options are: Option A, run the collect investigation package action; Option B, manually screenshot the task manager; Option C, restart the device to clear the malware; Option D, run an ARSA rule scan. Take a moment to think about your answer. The correct answer is A, run the collect investigation package action. Why A is correct? The collect investigation package action gathers a structured forensic bundle including running processes, autoruns entries, network connections, prefetch files, and more, useful for detailed offline forensic analysis. Why B is wrong? Manual screenshots are incomplete, non-forensically sound, and miss most relevant artifacts compared to a structured collection. Why C is wrong? Restarting the device before forensic collection risks destroying volatile evidence like memory contents and running processes. Why D is wrong? ARSA rules are preventive controls, not a forensic evidence collection mechanism. Question 3. Scenario. An analyst uses live response to run a PowerShell script on a compromised device to kill a malicious process and quarantine a suspicious file, all within the live response console. The question is, what capability of live response is being used here? Your options are: Option A, device timeline filtering; Option B, threat analytics report generation; Option C, automated investigation approval; Option D, live response's ability to run scripts and perform remediation actions, e.g., kill process, quarantine file, interactively. Take a moment to think about your answer. The correct answer is D, live response's ability to run scripts and perform remediation actions, e.g., kill process, quarantine file, interactively. Why D is correct? Live response provides a real-time, interactive remote shell that lets analysts run scripts from the library and take direct remediation actions, killing processes, quarantining files, on the device during an active investigation. Why A is wrong? Device timeline filtering is for reviewing historical events, not for actively running remediation scripts. Why B is wrong? Threat analytics reports provide intelligence content, not interactive remediation capability. Why C is wrong? Automated investigation approval relates to reviewing AIR's proposed actions, not manually running live response scripts. Question 4. Scenario. An analyst is investigating a suspicious process and wants to determine which specific file, registry key, and parent process are directly linked to the malicious activity, in order to build a complete evidence chain for the incident report. The question is, which Defender XDR capability provides this entity-level evidence correlation? Your options are: Option A, Threat Analytics Dashboards. Option B, the Alerts, Evidence and Response tab, Entity Investigation View showing related files, processes, and registry keys. Option C, Web Content Filtering Categories. Option D, Attack Surface Reduction Rule Configuration. Take a moment to think about your answer. The correct answer is B, the Alerts, Evidence and Response tab, Entity Investigation View showing related files, processes, and registry keys. Why B is correct? The Evidence and Response tab in an alert incident shows all correlated entities, files, processes, registry keys, IPs, with their verdicts and relationships, forming the evidence chain needed for investigation and reporting. Why A is wrong? Threat analytics dashboards provide broader threat intelligence context, not entity-specific evidence for a particular alert. Why C is wrong? Web content filtering categories manage website access policies, unrelated to entity evidence correlation. Why D is wrong? RSA rule configuration is a preventive control setting, not an investigative evidence view. Question 5. Scenario: automatic attack disruption contained a device mid-attack by isolating it. The analyst now needs to review exactly which automated actions were taken, when, and why, as part of the incident record. The question is, where can the analyst find this information? Your options are: Option A, the Azure Activity Log. Option B, the DLP Policy Match Report. Option C, the Incidents Action Center, Attack Disruption Details, showing automated actions taken and their justification. Option D, the Device Compliance Policy List. Take a moment to think about your answer. The correct answer is C, the Incidents Action Center, Attack Disruption Details, showing automated actions taken and their justification. Why C is correct? The Action Center and the Incidents Attack Disruption section document all automated containment actions taken, e.g., device isolation, account disablement, including the timestamp and rationale, providing a full record for incident review. Why A is wrong? Azure Activity Logs track Azure Resource Manager operations, not Defender XDR attack disruption actions on devices, identities. Why B is wrong? DLP Policy Match reports concern data loss prevention matches, unrelated to attack disruption actions. Why D is wrong? Device Compliance Policy lists show Intune compliance status, not attack disruption action history. Question 6. Scenario: after a device was automatically isolated by attack disruption and the threat was confirmed remediated, the analyst needs to safely restore normal network connectivity to the device. The question is, what should the analyst do? Your options are: Option A, use the Release from Isolation action in Defender for endpoint after confirming remediation is complete. Option B, physically reconnect the network cable without any portal action. Option C, delete the device from the Defender for endpoint console. Option D, wait 30 days for isolation to expire automatically. Take a moment to think about your answer. The correct answer is A, use the Release from Isolation action in Defender for endpoint after confirming remediation is complete. Why A is correct? The Release from Isolation action in the Defender for endpoint console safely restores normal network connectivity once the analyst confirms the threat has been fully remediated, maintaining a documented action trail. Why B is wrong? Isolation is enforced by the Defender for endpoint agent firewall rules. Physically reconnecting a cable does not release the software-enforced isolation. Why C is wrong? Deleting the device from the console removes management and monitoring entirely rather than restoring safe connectivity. Why D is wrong. Device isolation does not automatically expire after a fixed period. It must be explicitly released. Question 7. Scenario. Legal counsel needs a record of every time a specific former employee's mailbox was accessed by an administrator, not the user, in the 90 days before their termination, to support a wrongful termination defense. The question is, which Microsoft Purview capability should be used? Your options are: Option A, Insider Risk Management Alerts only. Option B, Data Classification Labels. Option C, Defender for Cloud Apps App Governance. Option D, Microsoft Purview Audit Search filtered for mail items accessed or admin mailbox access operations by non-owners. Take a moment to think about your answer. The correct answer is D, Microsoft Purview Audit Search filtered for mail items accessed or admin mailbox access operations by non-owners. Why D is correct. Microsoft Purview Audit retains detailed records of mailbox access operations, and searches can be filtered by activity type, e.g., admin access, and date range to produce the specific access record legal counsel requires. Why A is wrong. Insider risk alerts flag risky behavior patterns proactively. They are not a comprehensive historical audit search tool for specific access records. Why B is wrong. Data classification labels categorize sensitivity of content. They do not log who accessed a mailbox. Why C is wrong. App governance tracks OAuth app behavior in cloud apps, not direct administrator mailbox access logging. Question 8. Scenario. An investigation requires reviewing all Microsoft Graph API calls made by a specific application registration over the past week, to determine if it was used to exfiltrate data via the API rather than the UI. The question is, which log source should the analyst review? Your options are: Option A, Device Timeline. Option B, Microsoft Graph Activity Logs. Option C, Attack Surface Reduction Rule Reports. Option D, the MITRE ATT and CK Coverage Workbook. Take a moment to think about your answer. The correct answer is B, Microsoft Graph Activity Logs. Why B is correct. Microsoft Graph Activity Logs record API calls made against Microsoft Graph, including which application and identity made each call, which is essential for investigating potential API-based data exfiltration by an app registration. Why A is wrong. Device Timeline tracks endpoint-level activity on a device, not Graph API call history for an app registration. Why C is wrong. RSA rule reports concern endpoint attack surface reduction events, unrelated to Graph API call auditing. Why D is wrong. The MITRE Coverage Workbook maps analytics rules to techniques. It does not log specific API call activity. Question 9. Scenario. A regulatory investigation requires your organization to place a legal hold on a custodian's mailbox and OneDrive content immediately, preventing any deletion, while the e-discovery case is being built. The question is, what should the investigator configure in Microsoft Purview e-discovery? Your options are: Option A, a retention label applied manually by the custodian. Option B, a DLP policy in test mode. Option C, a legal hold on the custodian within an e-discovery case. Option D, a conditional access policy blocking the custodian's sign-in. Take a moment to think about your answer. The correct answer is C, a legal hold on the custodian within an e-discovery case. Why C is correct. Applying a legal hold to a custodian within an e-discovery case immediately preserves their mailbox and OneDrive content, preventing deletion or modification, regardless of the user's own retention settings, while the case is investigated. Why A is wrong. Relying on the custodian to manually apply a retention label is inappropriate since the custodian themselves may be the subject of investigation and could delete or fail to preserve data. Why B is wrong. A DLP policy in test mode only logs matches. It does not preserve data from deletion. Why D is wrong. Blocking sign-in prevents user access, but does not itself preserve data from automated deletion policies or place a legal hold. Question 10. Scenario. An analyst investigating a data exfiltration incident needs to correlate a suspicious mass file download event from Purview audit with the specific device and network location used at that exact time, to determine if it originated from a known corporate device or an unknown external device. The question is, what is the best approach? Your options are: Option A, correlate the Purview audit event's timestamp and user with Entra ID sign-in logs, device ID, IP, compliance state, for that time window. Option B, assume the download originated from a corporate device without verification. Option C, only review the DLP policy configuration. Option D, check the ARSA rule audit report. Take a moment to think about your answer. The correct answer is A, correlate the Purview audit event's timestamp and user with Entra ID sign-in logs, device ID, IP, compliance state, for that time window. Why A is correct. Correlating the exact timestamp and user identity from the Purview audit event with Entra ID sign-in logs reveals the device ID, IP address, and device compliance state active during that download, enabling accurate attribution of the source device. Why B is wrong. Assuming without verification risks missing that the download came from an unmanaged or external device, undermining the investigation's accuracy. Why C is wrong. Reviewing only the DLP policy configuration shows what rules exist, not what device, location was actually used for this specific event. Why D is wrong. ARSA rule audit reports are unrelated to file download and sign-in correlation for this cloud-based exfiltration scenario. Quiz complete. You have reviewed all questions and their full explanations. Great work. Please like and subscribe my channel for more such contents.